Welcome to the Tennis Warehouse racket review of the Volkl Vostra 8 315. This is a modern player's racket that offers speed, spin, and power. At 11.6 ounces strung, a 16 by 18 string pattern, and a sub 320 swing weight, this racket is fast from every spot on the court. V-Silk carbon fiber with a flexible Riva resin results in a more elastic feel, while the super grommets help with snapback and the V-Tex butt cap and Riva handle assist in dampening. There's no doubt about it, for me, this was a very fast swinging racket. As someone that prefers rackets up in the 330s, I made some slight adjustments to hitting with this one and really tried to lean into that open string pattern, get a little bit more movement on my ball and work more on my angles and hitting a more creative shot on the court instead of just plowing through the baseline. With that being said, I thought that the racket offered really good feedback, plush feel in the sweet spot, but anything outside of the sweet spot did feel really dead for me. I did note that a lot at the net, more so than anywhere else. I found really easy, fast power and access to spin on both my first and second serves. I would love to see this spec'd up a little bit to a heavier swing weight, maybe add some weight in the tip of that racket and let it kind of come up to how I like to swing, a little more linear. But I think this is a great racket for players that are looking for easy, fast spin and maybe have a quicker swing. This one also was a really awesome racket for me to teach and coach with because I could place the ball very specifically for the players that I'm working with, and all in all, a fun play test.
This was a super easy racket to use from Volkl. I thought it had a nice blend of maneuverability and stability, so it felt fast, easy to get around the body. I could accelerate it through contact very quickly, and yet there was enough mass there too. When I was at net, up against a faster incoming ball, I could still relax my grip and let the mass of the racket do most of the work and punch the volley deep. Getting pace, getting spin, all came very naturally with this racket. I didn't really enjoy the feel of it so much. I never play with a string vibration dampener in, but this is a racket that I did do that with just because it had a little bit of a buzziness to it, which I didn't enjoy. But when I put the vibe damp in, totally got rid of that for me. But it did feel a little bit disconnected from the contact just because of that. But as far as what I was getting on the ball, I was getting great pace, good spin, loved serving with it. I thought my serves were really effective with this racket and also very consistent too. So fun play test, just wasn't really vibing with the feel of this one.
This is yet another 315 gram high quality frame that's calling my name. I was really happy to be named to this play test of the new Volkl Vostra 315 8 series racket. And you know, after doing this for so long, I would say I kind of know what to expect from specs, but you don't always get that when you're looking at the paper. Overall, I would say power is sourced from several sources. We have a 16-18 pattern that spins the ball, gives you a good, easy launch angle for shot depth. You definitely have, with a 66 RA, you're getting some firmness, a little bit of return of energy. For certain, 315 grams has given me some mass-based stability and plow-through source power as well. So I felt like it was a little bit of everything racket for me. Balance is about 6 points headlight, so overall I probably would weight it up, but I think in stock form it's really ideal for a player that wants a speedy player's frame, and then it would just be very easy to modify. I'd much rather add a little bit of weight to the hoop to help stabilize it than add it to the handle end beginning with a clunky racket. So I felt it was very easy to swing from any part of the court. I definitely concur with what Michelle mentioned. I'm not sure why it pockets the ball so well. It could have something to do with the technology, maybe the spread of the 16-18 pattern, but it definitely held the ball on there nicely, not just shoving it off there before I'd made a decision of where it was going to go. Any spin shot, particularly my first serve, I was getting good action off my forehand as well, so I really felt like it was easy to serve with, very easy to grind from the baseline. As everyone knows, I'm a counter puncher, so this overall was a really good play test for me.
First thing with this play test that I wanted to note is I really did like the cosmetic, the paint job to this racket. Gives me retro vibes, the red with the black and then the kind of bright yellow pops. It takes me back to like a Hyper Pro Staff. So thought that was really cool look to the racket. Beyond that, what the other play testers were talking about, it's a really easy racket to use, user-friendly. For 315, it swings really fast. It actually swings lighter than the number would indicate. I think that's the swing weight going on. So just really fast, really whippy, easy from the baseline, easy to maneuver at net. It did have a firmer feel to it, like you know, some of the previous versions of the 8 series with that thicker beam, but the handle dampening system did a pretty good job of making it plush, making it comfortable. I would say the power level of this racket, it does have that thicker beam. I wouldn't quite call it like pure drive type of power. So for me, it was kind of in between like a pure strike and a head speed and sort of that pure drive type of power, kind of in between there. So easy power, easy spin. Like Mark was talking about, I would need some more swing weight here. So I would add some weight up in the hoop to get more plow through, more stability on my volleys. But other than that, I really like the easy power on serve and easy spin on serve. And like I said, I really like the Cosmetic. For this playtest, we tried a variety of different Völkl strings, including the Völkl V-Star, V-Pro. Today we have the Völkl Cyclone in this new silver color in the 1.25 gauge at 52 pounds. And for more information on this racket or anything tennis related, be sure to head to Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.